Most Americans don't realize there's a thriving underground trade of exotic cats happening right inside their borders. While lions and tigers might seem like zoo-only creatures, many are privately owned and illegally sold across the country. Behind locked doors and backroom deals, cubs are exchanged for cash, with little regard for their safety. From suburban backyards to remote farms, these apex predators are being bred, sold, and hidden in plain sight. The exotic cat trade in the US is a multi-million-dollar shadow market few people talk about openly. Some cats are smuggled across state lines. Others are bred in unregulated roadside zoos or exotic pet farms. Buyers range from thrill-seeking collectors to social media influencers chasing likes with baby tiger selfies. But the animals themselves often suffer the most, trapped in cages, mistreated, and denied basic health and nutrition. In some states, it's still legal to own big cats as pets, with minimal oversight or licensing. These laws are full of loopholes, allowing breeders and buyers to operate just under the radar of regulators. In other states, where ownership is illegal, cats are moved quietly, often sedated, to avoid attracting attention. Crossing state lines with exotic animals without federal permits is a crime, but it happens all the time. One notorious case involved a Texas man caught with over 20 tigers in backyard cages behind his house. The neighbors had no idea until one day a tiger escaped and was seen walking through suburban streets. That incident exposed how widespread and hidden the exotic cat trade has become in American communities. Rescue groups estimate that there are more tigers in US captivity than in the wild globally today. And most of them are not in zoos or conservation centers. They're in backyards, basements, and traveling shows. These cats are often inbred, poorly fed, and bred purely for profit, not conservation or education. Many end up abandoned, euthanized, or shot when owners can no longer control them or pay for care. Social media has fueled demand, as videos of cubs playing in kitchens or riding in cars go viral. What viewers don't see is the trauma behind the scenes: early cub separation, abuse, and illegal breeding conditions. Some breeders drug the animals to make them safe for photos, risking long-term damage and stress. Others keep cats chained for hours while tourists or influencers line up for quick pictures. The Big Cat Public Safety Act, passed in 2022, was designed to help stop this underground pipeline. It banned private ownership of big cats and outlawed public contact, like cub-petting attractions and tiger selfies. But enforcement remains difficult, especially in states with weak local laws or limited animal welfare agencies. Illegal breeders are now going deeper underground, relying on word-of-mouth networks and encrypted messaging apps. Whistleblowers and animal rights groups have uncovered secret breeding facilities posing as sanctuaries or non-profit rescues. Some cats are sold as rescued animals, but were actually bred just to be sold again later. In several cases, exotic cats were found hidden in horse trailers or locked inside dark storage containers. Transport conditions are often horrific: no water, food, or space for the animals to even stand up. Law enforcement sometimes stumbles upon exotic cats during drug busts or raids on unrelated criminal operations. In Florida, officers once found a full-grown leopard in a suburban garage during a narcotics investigation. In Ohio, a tiger was discovered living in a barn next to a rooster-fighting ring. These examples show how exotic animals often become accessories in broader illegal activity networks. But not all owners are part of criminal empires. Some are regular people who bought cats out of curiosity. They might think it's cool to raise a lynx or ocelot, unaware of the legal and ethical issues. Others get duped by breeders claiming the cats are easy to care for or domesticated like a dog. Once reality hits, food costs, dangerous behavior, and legal risks, owners try to quietly rehome or abandon the animals. There's also a black market in hybrid cats, like serval domestic mixes, that blur legal definitions and escape regulation. These hybrids can look tame but still behave wildly, leading to attacks, escapes, or euthanasia by authorities. Some escape and disappear into the wild, becoming invasive threats to native species and local ecosystems. In parts of the south, escaped servals have established small feral populations that continue to grow undetected. Sanctuaries across the US are overwhelmed with former pet cats, many arriving malnourished, sick, or permanently traumatized. These facilities work to rehabilitate animals, but space is limited, and new rescues arrive almost every month. Every cat in a sanctuary represents another story of human negligence, greed, or ignorance toward wildlife. And for every one rescued, experts believe several more are still hidden in illegal or unregistered private collections. The public often doesn't realize how easy it used to be, and in some places still is, to buy one. Online classifieds, exotic pet expos, and social media groups make it possible to buy a wild cat in hours. Some sellers disguise the cats as rescues or claim they're legally owned to avoid suspicion and background checks. Others rely on fake paperwork or exploit outdated state laws to keep business flowing under the surface. Education and awareness are key to ending this underground trade. People need to know the cost behind the cuteness. The thrill of petting a tiger cub may last seconds, but its impact on wildlife lasts a lifetime. True conservation happens in the wild and reputable sanctuaries, not behind fences, on leashes, or in someone's living room. And as long as demand exists, breeders and traffickers will keep finding new ways to profit off these animals. We have to ask, do we value exotic beauty more than the animal's freedom, health, and right to live naturally? Because behind every viral video or illegal sale is a big cat suffering in silence, far from the wild. To end this underground trade, we need stricter laws, stronger enforcement, and a cultural shift in how we see animals. Big cats belong in the wild, not in backyards, garages, or trapped behind bars for human amusement.